everybody! Welcome back to Northern Lion Plays The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. We're gonna do an Eden run today. We're gonna mix it up a little bit. Mom? I hope so. Notched axe and the coat hanger. It could be worse, let's be honest. Here's our seed here. VQRH 6208. Make sure I know that's a 2. Oftentimes write them as 2s and then I end up putting them as Zs in the seed, and then people go, hey, that's not a 2, it's a Z, and I go, oh, sorry. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal in the whole scheme of things, but it is kind of embarrassing, I suppose. Gotta admit, loving the coat hanger. I think it's pretty good. Increased rate of fire hasn't hurt anybody. Petrified poop, really nice. And with notched axe, you know, we can break some freaking rocks here and maybe have a good chance to find, like, a black market, for example. You know, one of those ones you find in the ladder down there. But I'm probably going to save the use of notched axe until I know there's a tinted rock around, which might actually be the wrong play. Might be better to just... Oh, man, I didn't even realize my spirit heart situation, but it might be better to just, like, use it. If there's nothing better to do, you know? We're going to get it charged up pretty quickly anyway. All right. If there's a tinted rock in here, I'd feel pretty bad about what I just did there, but, you know, good tiers, survivable HP. Notched axe is not as bad as it used to be, but I still think it's kind of a garbage factory. And infamy is a pretty good item room item. It's an item that gives us a chance here. We're on a pretty decent win streak in the series, at least. That was not very good. We're on a pretty decent win streak in the series, at least, off camera. Haven't been having the greatest runs of all time, but that's okay. All that matters is really what's put to the community record here, right? Speed plus damage upgrade combined with our tiers upgrade is a good start here. I'm hoping to keep that streak in video alive, which is the only thing that matters in my entire life right now. Let's continue moving on. Now, tiers plus damage is 2/3 of an important recipe. The mirepoix of the Binding of Isaac, if you will. You know mirepoix? It's the basis for soups in classic, like, French cuisine. And it sounds all hoity-toity, but really what a mirepoix is just a fancy French portmanteau for onions, celery, and carrots. I'm gonna take the pill right away. I don't like that very much. I'll just tell you that straight up. Can't even access our item room yet. Looking like a little scary here. But yeah, those are the ingredients that make the base of a soup. I make a lot of soup in my life, and I cook it, and people are always surprised. They always say, how do you make soup that tastes so good? I think soup's kind of like a witchcraft type thing. It's not really a witchcraft. All you gotta have is the mirepoix. And then, you know, simmer it for, like, as long as you possibly can. We need one more ingredient in the mirepoix, and it's an important part of the mirepoix for Isaac. 2/3 of the mirepoix, tiers plus damage. The last remaining third, everything else is optional. Enough HP. We're missing the HP. We got the carrots and the celery, we got no onions, we got no, like, stock, etc., etc. I wouldn't expect to deal with the devil here, by the way, but if one showed up and it gave me, like, maybe a little bit of that 9 lives action, I would be pretty stoked. Or even, like, if it gave me anything and I got a spirit heart or a black heart from this boss, that would also sort me out. But for right now, this is looking like a scary run. But if you're not as bad as I am, you probably didn't lose those spirit hearts. I don't know if Eden seeds actually work that way, but let's assume that they do. It's another tiers upgrade. As long as we stay alive long enough to... Ooh, it's a tinted rock right there. As long as we stay alive long enough to actually, you know, get an HP upgrade, things could always turn around for us here. But I love the damage on this run. I love what you've done with the damage. Not a huge fan of what you've done with the HP, but this could turn it around right here. We got a tinted rock, no, we don't have a, oh, we do, because we have notched axe. We got a tinted rock coming up, as well as our item room. Good item room. Yum heart. Honestly, I think notched axe may straight up be better. It's a thing I didn't expect to be saying in my life. We did at least get a spirit heart, so we're gonna crush all the other rocks. Just make sure we don't crush the ones with bombs in them. We could get super lucky and find a black market. Wouldn't bank on it. It's a little bit unlucky, or unlikely, I should say. It'd be very lucky if it did happen. Now we can go to our curse room. I think that would be a very stupid decision, but it could be very smart. There is like a 10% chance that it's exceptionally astute, and, you know, we get Mom's Knife for the ability to fly or something in there, and everything's sorted out for us. But for now, we really can't justify that. There's just no way. So we'll be leaving, and we got like a little bit of a Judas-y type run going on here with a little bit of a Notch feel to it, which is like, you know, I always thought that Judas reminded me a little bit of Notch. They both always have that hat on in their pictures. Let's move along. Caves 1. You know, one thing, I always have to mention it because it's an interesting part of the game, but we might be able to do the boss rush mode. You might know what you're saying right now. You're saying, Northern Lion, what the fudge is wrong with you? With this little HP, you shouldn't be, it's like your grandpa's like, I'm gonna run the Boston Marathon next year, right? But if he, you know, did some serious training and wasn't in poor health and, you know, really set his mind to it, there's a chance he could BQ, man. Qualify, get drawn, and then go run the Boston Marathon, live his dream. We can create a bridge here with notched axe, by the way. We can make that same thing happen. This is a really good start here. The Halo, all stats up. And it's actually one of those rare cases where we actually need to, if not on this run, on another run, we need to get an eating kill, well, an eating boss rush, I should say. Make sure we're crushing all the rocks here. I think they've all been crushed, yeah, except for that one over there. Except for the only other rock on the freaking thing. But anyway, not a big deal. So yeah, I mean, all stats up is a big start here. I mean, we've already got great damage. It's really just a, it's a good room maybe to use notched axe on. It's really just an HP thing at this point. We've had a couple of tiers. We started with a tiers upgrade. We got another tiers upgrade. Then we got an all stats upgrade. So we're kicking it pretty well here. I would say that, oh, that's a tinted rock too, isn't it? Yeah, a tinted rock and a spirit heart and a nickel makes this very worthwhile. I accidentally fudged it up, and I didn't even know that notched axe could find its way into secret rooms. It cost us a spirit heart, but it gave us an invaluable piece of information that will never make our lives the same from this point onwards. Plus, we can probably come back if we want to. I didn't even know that there was a another room entrance over here. I'm starting to feel pretty good about this one at least. Let's put it together here. Yeah, sure. A key for a key, that seems like a great trade, but it's not really a key for a key, is it, class? Not to sound patronizing. You never, someone says like, hey, how you doing there, buddy? You know, don't call me buddy. What do you think I am, your 9-year-old son that you don't pay child support for? Just, I'm your age, motherfucker. Just call me, you know, man, at least. If we're on like a colloquial level. How you doing there, kid? You're 6 minutes older than me, Jerry. Just fucking get over it. That's the only thing you have going for you in your life. I'll give it to you because I want to avoid conflict. But come on, dog. You gotta make like some, you gotta make some changes. So I think, again, you know, we could get a spirit heart in the other room, but we can get a spirit heart in this room. So why don't we just get a spirit heart in this room? Thank you, Mask, by the way, which doesn't even look like it exists there, but does apparently exist there. So I'm not gonna sweat too much the idea of the boss rush room, but if we get the chance, and I'm thinking there's a pretty good chance we get the chance, I think we should go for it. Double Duke of Flies doesn't really worry me because the thing with Duke of Flies is that he's only problematic if you're really weak and you can't actually, oh my god, those flies were traveling there. He's only really problematic if you're weak and you can't destroy the flies that he creates and do damage to him at the same time. Which does happen if you fight him on the first floor sometimes. Maybe it's a champion version, makes a lot of big flies, but in our situation, we're totally fine. Got an HP upgrade, snagged a deal with the devil, and that is a new item for us. I'm very excited about it. It's a big pentagram, beats me. Evil plus damage up plus fear shot plus we've got 3 spirit hearts. I don't know, man. That seems pretty sweet, though. I wonder if this has other repercussions because it really seems crazy powerful right now. Or maybe it just put the spirit hearts that we had at like the one side of us, but man, we are like tearing it up right now. Are you seeing this? Our damage is out of control. I didn't even look at what the item was called. We're almost at the HP cap. I don't even want any of this horse hockey. Forget the Bible, notched axe is treating us just fine. Although the Bible is like pretty much demonstrably better. Yeah, we'll head down to the next floor. I know we could do break those rocks in there and there was a tinted or a spirit heart that we could get. I'm not gonna bother with it because we're already at the HP cap, so, you know, what's the point really? But fear shot, evil up, and what was it, HP up as well? I can't remember, but geez, that's like, that seems incredibly good for 2 red hearts. Maybe there's some kind of catch that I'm missing, but that was like 4 deals with the devil wrapped into 1. I'm for it. At first I was like, this will probably just be a damage upgrade like the pentagram. I don't know, my friend. I don't know. That might be a bit distinct here. I know what you're thinking. Take Shoop the Whoop. Could be fun. I'm actually having a pretty good time with notched axe, to be honest with you. I'm feeling like it's a pretty solid choice over some shitty items. Like, I'm not gonna take this over many other things. Alright, but I don't have a problem taking this over the Bible or, you know, Shoop the Whoop, for example. Infestation 2 is so effing good. This is gonna be awesome. Yeah, let's do this. Let's test it out. So Infestation 2 is basically the second version of the Mulligan. It's not the second version of Infestation. At least that's the way I understand it. Yeah, if you kill an enemy, they have a chance to drop a spider. I believe the spiders have the same damage formula, which is basically 2 times the value of 1 tier for the damage that they do. So imagine basically that we didn't pick up Infestation. We picked up the Mulligan. Because that's pretty much what we've got going on here. I think we might be spawning a few less spiders, but it's just stupid powerful. Especially because our bullets are stupid powerful. Oh man, if you can just get Fear Shot on Haunt, he pretty much just shits the bed. That's awesome. Flat Penny, also awesome. Although Petrified Poop has been pretty good for us. I don't think we can get a bridge here with this, which is why I'm not using Notched Axe right now. And I also don't want to risk taking damage against the, like, poop exploding. So, or not the poop, but the mushrooms exploding, so that's why I'm not going down there, but we will. Oh my god, the mark for free? Is this thanks to a high evil stat, or are you just happy to see me? Because this is looking actually ridiculous. I almost feel bad. Not just, like, selfishly, I feel great. But also selfishly, I feel a little bad. Because oh my god. Because I know people are going to watch this and go, there's Northern Lions luck again. And that's not fair, man. You got to make your own luck. You know, why is it that the people who work the hardest always seem to get the luckiest? Not that I'm saying I work hard. I'm just saying, you know, in like, the corporate world or in athletics or something like that. But anyway, I do a lot of runs. Sometimes they work out. We'll take Humbling Bundle for sure. This is just ridiculous at this point. Yeah, I forgot we had Flat Penny, so keys are not going to be an issue. And that was really dumb. Let's cool it, because you could still lose this run. You're getting a little bit overpowered here, and you're starting to get a little cocky, and when you get a little cocky, you start to not do as well in Isaac, and then that's when you really lose, is when you're doing so well that you're like, I'm king of the world, and then you just end up dying, and then you realize you're not actually the king of the world, you're just a big piece of shit. Alright, the Wretched. Let's see how quickly we kill it. We can afford to be cocky on a boss like this. Thank you, Infamy, for preserving my pride a little bit. No deal with the devil, a speed upgrade. Not loving that. We did go to we went everywhere on this floor. This is going to be a quick one. I think we're already now on Depths 1. So the boss rush room is pretty much, it's a foregone conclusion that we'll get it. That was probably not worth the time investment. I know I didn't use Notched Axe on that last floor. I didn't really see an opportunity, but that's no excuse. Even if I don't see an opportunity, should use it. Because you never know if we could find a black market or something, and it only has a 3-room charge, which is not so difficult to work around. That room was kind of a joke, which is great because it's not really a joke. It could be a total pain in the dick, actually, but worked out very nicely for us. Alright, so since we're, like, stupid powerful from a fly perspective, or from a damage perspective specifically, I'm going to take Guppy's head because it allows us to create these flies that are also ridiculously powerful. Seems like a decent choice to me. We could spawn a few more spiders as well, I wouldn't mind. In fact, I might even invite you over for dinner, and you know what? I'm not getting those regular chips, I'll get some Ridge chips, even though you usually pay like a 40 or 50 cent premium on them. I think it's worth it. We'll get some dill pickle dip. Don't tell me you don't like it because it's acidic. I'll get, you know, I'll get the hell of a good dip if you want me to. That's how much, that's how amiable I'm feeling right now as a result of this run. Rather be, if you were a lady, I think you'd rather be named Amy than Ruth, right? Because if you're Ruth, you know, what do they say? Ruthless. If you're Amy, you're amiable. Amiable Amy, ruthless Ruth. Roofless Roof. That doesn't really, that's not what I meant to say. Also, if you're named Ruth out there, I bet you're probably a nice person as well. And if you're named Amy out there, don't go thinking that there's statistically less chance that you're kind of a bitch. Because I was just making conversation. But I have no reason to believe that you specifically are. You're probably wonderful. In fact, I know you're wonderful because you're watching my content, which, and this is honest, by the way, it's been proved by scientists, just makes you a better person. That was worth taking damage there to save 0.4 seconds. Obviously, a little sarcastic there, but I, you know, gotta keep the tone going here. I like our spider and fly army. I hope we get a shop, because I would totally love to pick up BFF. Wonder if we can get through here fast enough that, like, the masks can't follow me. Yeah, we can. I really thought that that was not gonna work. Nope. Sorry, Bob's brain. On some runs, yes. But not today. I'm not gonna let you ruin this great thing that we've got going for us right here. Yeah, don't mind if I do. I have a hard time imagining us losing that that Eternal Heart, considering the amount of HP we've got in front of it. It could happen. If it does, I will be, you know, woe begone. But I don't think it'll happen. This is actually crazy. Like, this is not the most powerful run we've had, but it's maybe the stupidest, if that makes sense. Like, just one item completely changed this from, like, maybe we're gonna die on this floor to, like, oh, no, we're never gonna... I don't even understand the physical concept of death anymore. You know what? Whenever you're in a position this strong, why don't we pay it forward? I don't give a shit about the ladder. I'll give you this money. You deserve a game. You've done a good job. I'm just gonna take you up to 350, save a little bit of money so that in the future maybe I could buy something from the next shop. But for now, you've been doing a good job, and I want to show you that you've been doing a good job, pay you a little bit of a dividend there. I know I'm missing a lot of tinted rocks, by the way. Who we got? The adversary. This is a good test for us. Mostly really wish that those spider bros could actually, like, get in there, deal some damage. I don't blame them, you know. There's multiple spider bros that are going on here. It must be a little confusing for them. They don't want to hurt their own comrades. Scumbag Nick told me the adversary can only shoot down. Clearly false. Anyway, I assume that would be Krampus, but it's actually Guppy's tail. I'm gonna totally take that because our chances of becoming Guppy are through the effing roof right now. And we also picked up the pentagram, which is just more damage, and we have an Eternal Heart backing us up. Look, straight up. Somebody up there likes us right now. This is like 2 stupid overpowered runs in a row. I'm loving it. I really thought that was gonna be Guppy, though. I was convinced. So we have about 5.5 minutes here to knock out the mom kill to get into the boss rush room, which, let's be honest, is gonna give us a boss rush kill, unless something goes terribly, almost unimaginably wrong. We're also in that weird HP position where we can straight up go to this boss trap room. That doesn't happen very often. Being at the HP cap, but you can still go to the boss trap room. I'm just gonna tell you straight up that that was not worth it. Is this Dark One? Yeah, this is Dark One. Dark One, despite kicking the shit out of me, is way better to fight than the adversary. We must be on Necropolis if we're fighting the Dark One in our mob trap room, right? Yeah, Necropolis. This isn't mob trap, it's boss trap, but you get the idea. You know what? I've been hemorrhaging a little bit of HP on this floor. I'm not loving it. We'll try to curtail that in the future. Thank you, Infamy. I appreciate that. I would like to get that. Maybe we can find our second secret room in the process. Maybe we can figure out a little bit about who we are as a person in the process. Maybe Nicholas Sparks could do the Let's Play video to Hollywood movie adaptation of the process we're about to experience. I like how the Blue Spikes didn't even try in that room. They're just like, no, let's be honest, he's got it. Let's take today off, boys. Some days you just gotta, you know, spend the day in bed. You gotta know what's better for you. This left hand. Probably better for us at this point than Flat Penny. Flat Penny's been great. It's given us a ton of keys. We do have Guppy's tail, so there's a part of me that wants... in fact, I'm actually gonna go back and pick up Flat Penny. Because I was just thinking, and there's... that's probably gonna lower our chances of getting golden chests in the future. Whereas if we stick with Flat Penny, we get the good and the bad with the golden chests, right? Well, not the good and the bad, but the good and the good. We get more keys, and we get more golden chests, which golden chests, statistically, probably a little bit better than red chests. Red chests can give you great stuff, don't get me wrong. But also, if we went to the chest, they would give us red chests instead of golden chests, which would mean that we wouldn't necessarily get items. But if we did get items, they might be great ones. Alright, there's our shop. Not really a moment of truth or anything here, but is that there's options? There's options is pretty solid. 16, so we have 3 minutes here. I think that's more than enough time to donate here. Hey, perfect timing. Alright, so if we get some more money, we'll probably pick up that Spirit Heart. But having gone to our item room, Mom's Pad, and our shop, I think we're ready to fight our boss. Let's do this shit. And if we get a little perturbed, you know, if we find ourselves in a position where we're not feeling super comfortable with the way that it's going, we can use the Emperor card to get out of the boss rush room. But I really think that we're probably going to be fine / great. Although our HP has gotten worse lately. Like, a lot worse. Okay, we're taking Polaroid. We're going in here. D6! We gotta try to take the shadow. Sweet Revenge. I don't know what it does, but we have to try it because it shows up all the time, and we gotta get it anyway to get Platinum God. I don't know. We've already gotten quote-unquote Golden God. I don't know if it really counts as Golden God. Alright, I'm gonna need you to come down here. You don't understand. Carrion Queen. Carrion Queen. Ba-na-na-na-na. She's got the toxic feces. Seriously though, like, stop creating the poop. Stop creating the poop, Carrion Queen. You gotta be dead. I'm not doing quite as much damage as I'd like to be doing. And there's probably more toxic poop than I'm comfortable with. Gotta be dead soon. Gotta go diagonal, girl. You know you love the diagonal game. Oh my god. It's because the Widow has no HP. It, like, misrepresents the size of the amount of fight left in the dog here, you know? I really don't want to lose all of our black and blue hearts here. All of our black and blue hearts also is the name of a fucking, where am I going here? Geoffrey Chaucer character in the Canterbury Tales. Never read the Canterbury Tales. Total poser. You know what my exposure to Geoffrey Chaucer is? A little bit of Barbara Tuchman's A Distant Mirror, but mostly portrayal by Paul Bettany in the classic film A Knight's Tale. That's about it. I'm gonna go through with this, by the way. First off, because I think we're fairly strong, but secondly, because I would actually love to get another item for free here, and I think we deserve it. You know, we've earned it. Gotta remember, we can't fly, even though I dream of becoming Guppy here. We're not quite there yet. Thank you, Infamy, because apparently my brain completely froze up there. Alright, Blast Assist. With Fear Shot, should be a pretty easy ask here. Problem is, like, our whole spider army, or sorry, our whole fly army has been eroded, and the spider army generates pretty dang slow. So it actually is going to be a little bit of a, I wouldn't say a hard fight here, but, you know, harder than you might expect, given that, like, the last time we did it, we just had, Mom's Knife and like one-shot every enemy. And I could teleport out, but I want the, you know, we're gonna have to get the Eden item for beating this area anyway. Might as well take it now on a run where we've gotten stupid powerful for reasons, you know, beyond my control. Well, I like fighting these enemies when they're scared of me. Why don't you run away while I shoot you in the back? Seems to be working out fairly well. Let me know how this competitive selection works out for you here. You've chosen a strategy that's a little bit unorthodox. That doesn't mean it's bad necessarily. I don't want to be the guy poo-pooing the strategy that ends up winning the day. But I think you're probably going to find yourself in a position you're not a big fan of. Loving these Larry Juniors. Turn that dial all the way. Launch me like a rocket into space. Loving every minute of it. Gave us a good chance to A, quote Def Leopard, and B, also get some sweet spider generation. Oh, yeah, that was pretty dumb. Are we seriously fighting Monstro 1 right now? Like, that was even dumber damage, but I didn't want to talk about it. That's how dumb it was. I was actually ashamed of that damage. How are we fighting Monstro 1 so late into this? That makes me feel like we've barely gotten started here. Man, Fear Shot is really good, huh? I mean, I've had it before, and if you asked me how I felt about Fear Shot, I'd be like, yeah, it's pretty good. It's like the same way I feel about Spider-Man 1, or... Actually, let's not use that as an example. Let's use Pulp Fiction as an example, okay? Because it's a better movie. Anyway, not to say that Spider-Man 1 is necessarily bad. Only one of those movies has Macho Man Randy Savage in it, and I don't need to tell you which one it is. But, you know, when people talk about Pulp Fiction, you go like, yeah, it's pretty great. It's a pretty great movie, but you don't actually feel it, right? But when you watch Pulp Fiction, you're like, damn, dude, this is pretty great. Like, this movie's pretty fucking good. And they're like, yeah, you know, you knew that. But you're like, yeah, but I'm really feeling it now. Or it's like if you're, like, really drunk and you're eating poutine. You're like, damn, dude, poutine is great. I can see why I talk about it all the time. Yeah, it's pretty good. Poutine game's getting stronger if you're watching from the United States of America. Poutine game's getting stronger down there, I gotta say. You know, I was in Seattle for PAX West Coast, very far away from French Canada. Don't expect to get super strong poutine game there, but I think they got a little bit more open-mindedness than perhaps the brash East Coast folk. A little bit more laid back, a little bit more likely to try out some, you know, perhaps strikingly unusual food items. And the poutine game in Seattle was adequate. Occasionally using some, not really like curd, like a weird little melted cheese type thing instead of cheese curd. That's okay. It still hit the spot, even though it wasn't totally authentic. I would recommend it. Not at every place in Seattle. I'm bullshitting. I'm assuming not many people are going to take me up on that recommendation, but it was pretty good. It's a place called the Elephant and Castle. Check it out. Apparently it's a chain, so clearly I am a gourmand. Anyway, this is a long boss rush room. We never have to do this again as Eden, as long as we just kind of grin and bear it for now. I had a great idea for a gay bar for burly men. Let's call it Gin and Barrett. Gin and, you get it? Gin and Barrett? Try it out. I'm gonna need somebody else to like run the place, because otherwise I'd, you know, just kind of feel like a poser, because despite being bald, but otherwise hirsutes, and you know, a bit on the burly side, not really much of a bear myself, more into the feminine kind of stuff, and that's, you know, that doesn't bother me. Any way you want to slice it, you're welcome in my establishment. But I'd feel weird, right, running the bar if I wasn't really part of the clientele. It's like if there was a bar set up for, it was like, we're a bar for gamers. Come over here. Or like, let's take a better example. It was like a biker bar, and then you looked and it was like, I want to speak to the owner. And then I came out and it was like, hiya, how you doing? Yep, I'm the owner of this sole proprietorship of this here establishment. I think you gotta, you know, do what you love and do what you know. And I don't know anything about that subset of culture, but you can feel free to use that name. But you will owe me. Man, that mask just died on the spikes, didn't it? That was really good. You'll owe me, I would say, like 4% of your gross revenue every day. So just think about it. It could work. Also, I don't know what the overlap is like. I don't know if you could actually just you could probably open a whiskey bar. You can't call it like Whiskey and Bear. It doesn't make any dang sense. I don't even know what you would call it in that case. I don't think there's really a good market these days for like a gin-only bar. But I think people might overlook that and the fact that maybe only like 30% of the population even likes gin. Because of the name. You'd be surprised. What's in a name? An awful lot in this case, I'm hoping. Oh, the newspaper story about my establishment pretty much writes itself. Headline: what's in a name? For one business owner in the local area, he's hoping a whole heck of a lot. And he's opening business with a roar. Anyway. Yeah, walk on the spikes because you're scared of me, please. Don't be scared of the pointy objects. Honestly, I think we've done fairly well on this boss rush. Like, we could have taken more damage than we did. I love that the Fallen actually hurts its own kind of friends and companions. That was so dumb of me. Basically, I'll tell you what happened there. I thought I could fly again. That's why I continually tell myself, you can't fly. It's like you gotta be whispering in my ear, you are not immortal. You know, you're gonna die someday. What's our item? Undefuned. It's like missing no right there. Oh, we can take concussive tears, or we can take spider bite. I like both of these items, actually. I'm gonna go with spider bite. Concussive tears pretty good as well, though. And let's check out our deal with the devil. Oh, I was so hoping for 9 lives, though, dog. I'm gonna take a little brimstone, because the impacts of taking a deal with the devil when you're low HP are not as bad as they used to be in vanilla. We're in a shitty situation HP-wise, no question about that. And I don't know if we even have the HP necessary to kind of take us through the rest of the game here. My hope is that we'll end up picking up some goopy items here, or one goopy item, and that'll kind of carry us. Also, lots of golden chests, because we have Guppy's tail, right? We should have Guppy's tail. How did that? Oh, I can't fly. Why am I so set on this idea that I can fly? At least we got the spirit heart back for the way in. Dang. That feels bad. Also, I'm an idiot, and I apologize, but we'll do our best to make this work regardless. Our damage is going to be off the chain. If this was a bicycle, it would not work, because the chain would just be straight up off. But it's not a bicycle, it's an Isaac run. So we're going to be blowing up spikes. Remember, you can't fly. I can't stress that enough, self. We're blowing this stuff up to look for black hearts, but, you know, a Hierophant card would be a nice touch as well. Tower. Devil. Devil card's pretty good. Alright. And the Devil card is really good. We put ourselves in kind of, and I do say ourselves because we were in a great position, but we put ourselves in kind of the uncomfortable position where there's only a couple of items that can really give us an out that's conceivable. And the items are, I mean, it's 9 lives, basically. And Guppy's Paw plus HP, which both of those are probably, like, equally likely. Or unlikely, for that matter. Not despondent yet, though. The thing that holds this run together right now is the fact that our damage is stupid good. Like, it's crazy. The spiders, the flies, it's all, the little brimstone. I still feel like it was a smart idea to take little brimstone. A lot of people would disagree with that because of our HP situation, but, you know, what's 1 HP worth on, oh man, we can't access those. What's 1 HP worth on the womb? It's worth 1 hit. Like, you're not refilling a red heart. If we had 2 HP, I'd be pretty unlikely, ooh, no, we can't use it. I'd be pretty unlikely to trade 1 HP away if we had 2, but because we only have 1, it's a relatively minor ask, I think. Let's do this, Mr. Fred, the Fallen. Oh, well, we're guaranteed a deal with the devil item if we live. Okay, get this one guy taken out first. Spiders. Spiders, though. Okay. It's going pretty well. Did you not kill your friend there? Guess the Fallen doesn't hurt the Fallen, just the other bosses in the meantime. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. Really? Book of Belial or Rotten effing Baby? We'll take Rotten Baby for the passive flies. Man, I don't know about this one. I'm starting to get a little suspicious of our chances of winning. And you know what? It's totally my fault. There's like no way you could even argue that it isn't. We had so much HP. And I don't think it's really my fault for item selection. I think it's my fault for shitty damage. Yeah, okay. So this is one way out for us. It's a long way, though. Demon's Tail. Demon's Tail gives us some black hearts because of our increased evil chance. Or increased evil stat, I should say. I don't think it gives us a great out, but we might only be, and I know this sounds like self-serving here, we might only be like one, yeah, we're fine here. We might only be 1 or 2 black hearts away from at least being able to get down to the chest, and then we open up those chests and see what happens. I don't know if it's likely for us to beat Isaac, only getting hit, you know, once total on the way down, now like 0 times. Man, I don't know about this one. I think I might have screwed us. Just by taking bad damage, which is the worst kind of way to get screwed. Come on, just a spirit heart. Just a spirit heart for your old Uncle Northern Lion. We've been through some hard times together. Well, if nothing else, we unlocked, Missing No. People have always been telling me, they've been saying, hey, pick up Missing No. Is that the item that I wouldn't say suggested, but perhaps independently came up with the idea for? We're dead. God. Oh, but, the Shadow. Oh my god. And I think it brought us back with an absurd amount of damage. Our tears are so big, though. Oh, snap. Lando. Are they all dead? They're all dead. Okay. Yeah. What do we got over here, though? That is a lot of money. That is, like, more than I could possibly imagine. So I guess the Shadow brings you back with, like, more damage. Maybe, like, grossly increased stats. What the fudge even hit me on the way in there? Grossly increased stats, but, like, very low HP. Just 2 black hearts. Should be looking for some tinted rocks, by the way. I gotta play this, dude. I would rather not. Rather just, you know, live my life. But we're not presented with much of a choice here, unfortunately. I didn't even see what that was because we got so many flies here. I don't need to pick up those bombs right away. You just wait on it. Oh, 2 black hearts, though. I will play you until the cows come. I might go through like a couple more rooms, though, in the meantime, because that's going to take forever. I really don't want to leave, but you got to understand that my desire not to leave is conflicted with my enormous desire not to gamble for 100 years. You have to understand that. But if he only pays out with black hearts because we've got Demon's Tail, that's fine by me. Do I have water with me? I got like 2 drops. That's enough. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, stay back. What I should be doing is every time I play, just running away so the spiders and flies can do it for me. Come on, Luckfoot. Oh, snap. Need to get in there. Excuse me. Pardon me. Alright. I mean, those keys not really that valuable. We do have Luckfoot, right? Like, I should just be winning almost all the time here. Honestly, I'm telling you, get a snack. I'm gonna be here for a little while. Well, never mind. He's gonna explode himself. But he did give up another black heart, and, I mean, it should be very easy for us to beat Mom's heart here. It lives, sorry. Now that we're in, Rebirth, maybe I can finally get the name of the boss right. Spiders, come on, though. Thank you. Okay. Good, 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 good. That was... I had to shut up for a second there, but that was very nice. I felt very good about that. I still don't know our chances of winning, but again, it's all just to get down to the chest, you know? Maybe you can make something happen in there. So, I'm extremely fortunate that I chose to pick the Shadow as those items. I thought about picking up some other items, but then I realized, you know, this is a good chance for us to check out the Shadow in a relatively risk-free environment. And hey, look at what it did for us. Brought us back, gave us a new lease on life, basically. And we're really wrecking from a damage perspective here. I don't know if we still get the kill as Eden. I'm assuming we do. Who knows? I think we do have an Isaac kill as Eden. Maybe we don't even have an Isaac kill as Eden. I don't know. We'll see, I guess, after... Well, let's not get cocky. But if we beat Isaac... Wow. If we beat Isaac, 2 devil cards, then we unlock something, then we'll see. But at least, if nothing else, I can claim this run as a win, because we did get boss rush mode done with Eden. Which, this is actually the first time I've done that on any system. Really? Is there like a pride? Oh, there's several more prides up here. It's like a fucking Lion King. Up, down to the side, right? Tower. That's real bad. More black hearts, please, if you could stomach it. On an individual, like, per tier level right now, this might be the most damage I've ever done. I'm not quite one-shotting everything, but I'm coming pretty dang close. I'm hoping that would, like... Oh, snap. I'm hoping one day these will pay out with black hearts because I have Humbling Bundle, but it hasn't quite happened yet. Maybe a bomb here? Yeah, okay, just keep shooting it more. Maybe that'll work out for you. I thought I could get 2 of them. Probably could have if I didn't just blow it up like a ding-dong. Ugh. Not that we need these bombs for anything, but still, it feels like a waste. Because, I mean, it's literally the definition of a waste. That's probably why it feels like it. Now, a big question of this run is going to be how quickly we can beat Isaac. Because if we're slow at all, we're done. Although we do have invincibility, like permanent Polaroid invincibility. Devil card maybe better, and then we'll take High Priestess down to the next floor if we live that long. Which is looking like we will. Don't stop firing. Don't take your finger off the arrow keys. No matter what people tell you, even if they say it's annoying, don't stop. We did like half damage to the Haunt before he even showed up. Which I didn't even think was possible. So I'm feeling pretty solid about that. Alright, let's do this fly army. Spawn some assholes, I don't care. The slow is gonna be so nice. And now we'll... I mean, we're not really building rage, but At least we can build some spiders. It's kind of like building rage off of those enemies. I think we're going to be totally fine here. The question is whether or not that will scale into the cathedral. I mean, it's not really an exaggeration to say we're going to be totally fine here. It's looking amazing right now. And I don't think you need, like, an Isaac Pro to tell you that. Didn't know if we'd be safe there. Sometimes I don't feel like I'm safe in the corner. That was pretty good, though. Let's go back. We have that High Priestess card. Is that better or worse than the Devil? I don't know, man. You tell me. High Priestess is right here, though. That gives it a big advantage in my book. Alright. I wonder if you got a Humble Bundle. You come down here, you get 8 golden chests. A man can dream, right? Let's see. Curse of the Maze. Not so bad. Harlequin Baby, the Wafer. So good. The Mulligan. So good. Blank card. I'm sorry, Guppy, but we gotta go with that blank card. The Wafer, especially now that we have Mulligan. Harlequin Baby, the Mulligan, and blank card. Blank card will mimic High Priestess in this case, which means that like every 4th room we can just do that and get Brother Bobby to come along with us. So the Mulligan is going to allow us to create... the Mulligan basically makes us Guppy for all intents and purposes that I cared about. Got to remember to give, you know, little Brimstone its time in the sun, too. But the Wafer is really the huge star for us on this pickup. I noticed, by the way, that we went in the wrong direction because of Curse of the Maze. But anyway, I'm pretty stoked to have the Wafer. Basically, the Wafer is picking up double HP, which is just insanely good, and I never would have expected it, and it's pretty much going to guarantee us our win here. I don't want to get too cocky just off the bat here, but I think it gives us a really great chance. We didn't become Guppy, but we kind of got the gist of it regardless. Now, these guys don't really get kited together anymore anyway, so we can't really do the gamey stuff we used to do. Monstro 2, like double Monstro 2 room has always been a little tricky, so to do this one so quickly feels really good. There we go, we'll use High Priestess there. Didn't quite kill that one. Ah, there we go. So this is the value of blank card. I think we had it like last run, but we couldn't use it because I was stupid and picked up the baggie of pills. Which turns like all tarot cards into black cards. Or not into black cards. All tarot cards into black cards? What am I talking about? But it turns all tarot cards into pills. Also pretty bad if you're using the blank card. But if we use the High Priestess card, I'm pretty sure we just stop being able to, you know, use it. Let's wait till these guys drop, and then we'll use the blank card. I think we killed one of them. It's an annoying room, but he's dead. There's like spiders or something left? No? We're done, okay. Well, we've actually, weirdly enough, gained a little HP, I think, since we've been here. Which is stupid and awesome, and I'm a big fan of it. Should shoot this just in case we get a black card. Could happen. Could happen. Didn't happen. Could have happened, though. That's the important part. Poison Touch, please. Yum Heart. Interesting. Central Park? I know. Shouldn't have taken it. Gonna ruin the run. How can I resist, though? Look at this. It's so good. I know, like, Tiny Planet sucks and people hate it. I gotta take it, though. I gotta rep these new items, man. I love the new items. I've waited so long for them, and I've waited so long for them with great power. Comes great responsibility, and it's my responsibility to show them off. Everyone's shouting, don't take Tiny Planet. Well, not everybody, but some people are shouting, don't take Tiny Planet. It's a shitty item. I disagree, my friend. Tell you what, there's High Priestess. Tell you what, there's High Priestess, because we don't need that anymore. Don't even try that on me, Blue Baby. You are eating it. You are going down. We are doing this. That was a really fun run. It's not quite technically over yet. Now it's over. Let's exit. We've already seen this. I didn't unlock any extra items for doing that. Maybe because we didn't do it as Eden. We did it as... Oh, fudge. Fuck. Let's just say it. Oh, fuck. We didn't do it as Eden, so we don't get the count for it. But, oh well. It was a great run regardless. I had a great time. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Every single day, more Rebirth right here. YouTube.com/NorthernLion. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.